Well, somebody with a little bit more clarity is Killian McLaughlin, founder of Wild Ireland, better known as the Bearman of Buncrana, and he joins me on the line now. Killian, it's a good day for you today.
Absolutely, great news, and the news that I've been waiting on. We're allowed to open from today, Claire, which is fantastic news.
And you're not opening today, though. You're putting a few more days into getting things ready.
Absolutely, yeah. Everything was put on pause when the lockdown happened. So obviously we're in a mad rush here to get things finished and get things ready. We're improving all the time. We're trying to improve the lives of the animals that live at Wild Ireland. And we've just a few little finishing touches to do before we open the gates on Thursday.
So Thursday is the day. I wonder how the animals will feel. I was asking the director of the zoo about this on Friday. How will the animals feel about people coming back?
Yes, I think they'll be delighted to see the animals or to see the visitors coming back. It's been a very quiet time in the park, and the animals that live here love interacting with the public. They love cocking their noses in the air and smelling who's coming up and whatnot. So it'll be fantastic to see the reaction of the public coming back to see them.
I know you have an otter there who would come out every day to see everybody when you were open, but it seems as though that otter quite enjoyed the time when there weren't visitors there.
Indeed, Claire, she used to come up. You can probably hear the wolves howling here in the background.
I can. Have they been fed?
They can hear me talking, and they're singing to me to come up and say hello to them. So yeah, the animals here love interacting with the public. The otter used to come out every day, and she's more or less reverted to being nocturnal. We haven't seen much of her during the day. So when the visitors come back, she's obviously going to spend a lot more time interacting, and that's all great stimulation for her as well, mental stimulation. And that's what it's all about, enriching the lives of the animals here at Wild Ireland.
I'm fascinated just listening to the wolves in the background calling you to come up and talk to them. We watched Wolf Walkers in our house at the weekend, which sadly missed out on the Oscar last night. What are they like? If they're calling for you to interact with them, are they friendly creatures?
They are. The myth of the big bad wolf is really unfound. In the wild, wolves tend to avoid people at all costs. They know that we pose a lot more risk to a wolf than a wolf does to us. They're not the big bad wolf from the fairy tales.
Yeah.
They're very social animals, very family orientated, very intelligent animals. And each animal in the pack has its own role. And, even the idea of the alpha wolf has kind of been dismissed. If you had an overly aggressive animal in a pack that was bullying the other members of the pack would gang up on them and kick them out. They're quite like us. They're social, and they work together, and each one has a role, as I said, and they're just fantastic creatures. And to think that they were here, this sound that you can hear in the background is a sound that our ancestors would have been very familiar with. It's only a couple 300 years since the wolf went extinct in Ireland, so the sound that you can hear in the background there is something that our great-great-grandparents would have been all too familiar with at night time. On a still night in Ireland, you can imagine it would have been a fantastic thing to hear.
Have they stopped there now as we're talking?
They have, yeah.
Somebody must have gone to chat to them.
yeah.
Well, listen, they seem fairly desperate to have a conversation with you, Killian, so we let you go, and the best of luck on Thursday with the reopening of Wild Ireland.
Look forward to welcoming everybody back again.
Good stuff. Thanks very much for talking to us. Killian McLaughlin, founder of Wild Ireland, otherwise known as the Bearman of Buncrana. Let's take a break.